Welcome back to a new episode. No guest this week, unfortunately. Hard to
Yeah,
find those people.
well, yes, it's hard to find guests who have time
Yeah.
and who can sync their time with us.
Mm-hmm.
Like the two guests that I had planned for like these 3 to 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I see from like some of them they don't answer, but I see their schedule is just full, like
Mm-hmm.
they're probably on the road the whole time and all this. So it was like trying to get. Plus, we
Mm-hmm.
need interesting guests.
Yeah.
Like like one guest has like how do you call it? Problems with his life, and I was like, this is perfect for us,
Okay, nice.
you know. And he's like, okay, I'll text you again, and he didn't. So I hope that
Ah,
I hope that he's okay and not doing anything bad with his life.
okay. And
Oh,
I want to congratulate you because I've seen the comedy scene in Jordan. The is growing. Second show, more
second
comedian,
show,
more comedians
second
showed
show.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. We had like one new comedian thanks to Joe Hindi, the comedian who likes performing with us. He brought him.
Mm-hmm.
He was good, but we had like the whole vibe of the show was great. The problem is, well, for me was the venue itself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a karaoke bar, and basically, and you know what? What's a nice thing to discuss now on today's episode?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
venues. Things
Venues.
that, yeah, that pisses you off about a venue. Start.
This is such like a Russian complaint, like a but the shisha places, they're not made for stand-up. Like, stop trying to make it work.
Yeah,
I think every person who did comedy in Russia complained about this. So it's such like a shitty topic to talk about.
yeah,
But I
I
also,
agree.
like, if we're
Yeah.
not taking shisha places, I hate venues with like no stage.
Hmm.
Like, it's
Hmm.
kind of like it's not bad, but like I remember doing a gig with you one time actually. It was like at this restaurant, and they seated everyone like in a weird position and nothing, just like n- it's basically like a random guy could have gotten up and like started
Yeah.
talking,
Yes,
and it
yes, yes.
it felt like that because,
Yeah.
but
And
yeah,
you know what? Like with the no stage, it's just kind of like removes this thing where like you're like okay, this is a bit of egoism maybe in it, but
yeah.
you have to have the stage so that like people look up to you.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, you wanna know something? Here's something I realized. Maybe it's
Yeah.
actually good for an open mic to not have a stage because it's basically sending a message anybody could do it if you sign up beforehand and wait 5 minutes. But anybody can do it. Like,
That's good.
yeah, but
Yeah, but the problem with the no stage also is that literally like you're kind of like everybody again, they're not looking up, they're all looking at the same like level. So
uh-huh.
if someone's let's say a bit tall, they might be closing the people behind them,
Ah,
like
yeah.
or blocking, sorry, the view of someone behind them. And as you said, it feels like, for example, I would get on stage, my clothes might be like a bit not good, and people would literally think I'm just a random guy who just got
Mm-mm.
like just passed by.
Yeah, yeah. I really like venues with like where you come out from the side of the stage. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like actually this is some fun fact. I had like one goal for me this year was is to get a paid Russian gig, and I managed to get it like the first month. Like, thank God, like, because a
Congrats.
friend of mine he invited me to his paid show, and it was fuck, what was I going with? Oh, like it had like a entrance from the side and it felt
Yeah.
so nice. I didn't have to walk. Mm,
Between the masses,
bet-
between the
between the
peasants,
pe
yeah.
not the peasants, but it's just like it's just weird, yeah, you know. It's just like
I get it. Between the civilians.
yeah. Oh,
Uh,
who's Bert Kreischer? Come
yeah.
on the podcast, please. We're gonna talk about you. Yeah.
Yeah. And how much people and why do people dislike Bert Kreischer? Which I find it funny because I think they only dislike him because they read somewhere on Twitter or
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, whatever, that someone hates Bert Kreischer, that's all. Or they hate Joe Rogan, that's why by osmosis they already hate
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer, which is a weird, like, weird take for it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But there are people who are dedicated to hate, you know.
oh man, I would love, like, I, what was the last thing you hate watched?
Hate watched, like
Yeah,
watched and
like
fun.
you watch it just to give like hate on it, just to nitpick everything, to say this is the worst thing in the world.
That's a good question. I don't think I do that.
Huh? It's
No,
fun. You know
like
what I found myself doing?
oh no, actually no. Fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. What?
it's but I do it with people. I like so there's this thing I do with my American friend. I got her into this uh subgenre, but it's called I call it MAGA rap.
Okay,
It's just
I get
basic.
that.
It's just basically those like what do you call them? Right wing, conservative, confederals, whatever, rapping.
Okay.
And it's so bad. And it's so bad yet it's so funny. Like one song which I like playing, I don't know, it's called "Targeting Your Kids" or some shit like that. It was like when
Oh,
the
let me guess what it's about. It's about like the transgenders and stuff and all that stuff.
kinda,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's this big grocery chain, I believe it's called Target in America, you know, and
Yeah.
they're doing something with Pride flag and like because it was Pride Month, which it's business again. Like they
Yes,
care
yes,
about
yes,
money, and this
yes.
guy
If
just
if if the neo-Nazis had like would sell goods, they would do something with them. Yeah,
maybe we
yeah,
should do that,
capitalism.
like November, Nazi November, you know, just like. But yeah, but like, and these people made the song shitting on Target for being a business, which really find funny. Yeah, and I just it's so bad it's funny to me that's why the so I'm not sure if I'm hating on it because I
Uh-huh.
get a chuckle out of it.
Like the idea is that you just nitpick and hate and everything. Like, but I want to ask, like, because I know that you're into rap and all this,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I remember like that you once said that rap has a certain like rhythm or beat to it, to its lyrics or song or like the tune.
Well, different, like
No, no, no. But like you were saying about the verses, like when they put the verses, when they write the verses,
uh-huh.
and I would like, what's very distinctive about uh, Trump rap or
Oh, the manga. It's just like,
yeah.
oh, those left wings are trying to brainwash us. Uh, I'm gonna send you links if you would like, man. Like, I'm telling you, my Adrian, our friend, she's on a rabbit hole with one rapper. She's just
Yeah.
laughing her ass off because of him. But like, yeah, it's just like they're trying to brainwash us. Not all white people are racist. Uh,
That and then he goes N-word, hard R, yeah.
I'm telling you, man, one guy, I swear to God, literally, there is literally a joke of, oh, wait, a joke, a song of one guy just hard R N word. But yeah.
Well, I found myself like I hate watching the NBA, the current NBA.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, 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 because like, well, I'm like the type of guy like back in the day,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
then the 90s it was better because I was listening to one what do you call like on those like panels, the NBA
Uh,
like panel with old and new players
okay.
and what do you call them?
Analytic?
Analytics, yeah,
Yeah.
or whatever.
I don't know what to
Person
say.
who analyzes the game,
Yeah, yeah,
or statistics or whatever, or experts. And he was saying like how, oh, this guy like one player, I forgot his name. He has like a a very distinct name. He was guarding Steph Curry, sorry.
Steph Curry, yeah.
Yeah, and he was saying how this is much like um, it's much like harder to get out of and guard, other than like when Larry Bird was playing back in the 80s,
Okay.
you know? And it's funny for me because, well, I don't remember the 80s, but I remember in the 90s and in the 2000s, I was watching like the Boston Celtic games, the Chicago games, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, because now I think the rules are different, that you cannot like check if you touch that's a foul. Like there's a lot of fouls,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
you
also
know?
it's I know this one rule which you need to give them space for them to like land. That's the
Yes,
one.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
You know, and he was saying how that's harder, and I was like, "There's no way." So I was watching clips of Larry Bird, and man, this guy was almost getting punched in the gut. You know,
Yeah.
every game.
Yeah, yeah, but they would call the foul. Like I get that they're less physical, but
Now it's much less physical than before. You know.
I don't think less physical means worst games.
Well, it's you know what's the funny thing? Because it's less physical, that means there's more room to do like three pointers. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was watching a game, and I really was like laughing and hating on this game because the whole game was, I forgot the two teams, but it was like a 3 minute of them not shooting three pointers.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were exchanging not like three
Shooting three
pointer
pointers.
doesn't shooting
Ah,
3 pointers and it doesn't enter, and then the other team takes it and goes to the 3 pointer and shoots it,
yeah, yeah.
you know, and that was it. I was like, this is so boring
That
and
that that's
stupid.
that's one thing I kind of hate, which is like the reliance on the 3 pointer. But trust me,
Yeah,
man, like in the NBA, it's kind of like watch high school basketball. Phew. Those
yeah,
people
but
are just showing off like half court shots and stuff like that.
yeah, but my idea is that because like this happens, there's like so much room, there's no contact, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like this physicality, this like you know what was the NBA before? Well, for me at least, it
Mm-hmm.
was I would watch, for example, Indiana, I think Indiana Pacers
Pacers, yeah.
and Chicago Bulls, and you would see Reggie Miller and Michael Jordan hating each, not
Oh,
hating, like
trash
like
talking, yeah, yeah.
yeah, not only like there, you could see it in their eyes. You know, I could watch New York Knicks and, for example, LA Lakers back when Shaq was in it, or Orlando Magic back when Shaq
Oh,
was
yeah,
in
yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and I could see, for example, Patrick Ewing and or Ewing. I don't know. I
Yeah,
remember I
Ewing,
used to,
yeah.
yeah, and like Shaq. It wasn't at the beginning. There was no words, but you could like feel there's like tension between them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's divorce paper between them, and they like hate each other so much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's like contact, like, okay, I'm gonna dunk over you,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know, and it's like the same. And in this, I was watching games. I was like, some of them are nice. I'm not gonna say no, but it's there's no that, you know, there's no this rivalry thing between players that
Yeah,
I notice it, you know, because if he touches him, it's a foul, you
yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
That's the thing. And the other thing, I could notice how because of this, the game is kind of like, for me, it's became a bit boring.
Mm-hmm.
Like the how many points were between teams? 100, you know, and all of that. I was like, wait, why is nobody blocking the other person? Like, why aren't they like, how do you call it? Like, uh, just annoying the other player, basically.
Mm.
Make it like, because I remember like they would sometimes, like when you play against them, you would annoy them to make them miss their shots because it
But
was also a mind game.
but also like it's kind of bad because always say like Michael Jordan. Like Michael Jordan was like a great defensive player. Like it's hard to play defense, but like
The cycle.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like Michael
Yeah,
Jordan was a fucking like amazing defender. Like it's just
yeah,
like
yeah. But now here's my thing. Here's what I always say. Even if you remember, like I think it was the 1998 game. where when he shot the winning shot against
The
Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm
he
not sure
pushed
the
the
date, but
player.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He pushed the player like with his hand, and it was like it was kind of uh,
When
I
inbounding,
don't
you
know if
mean?
it. I'm sorry, the terminology I'm not
Inbound is
familiar
when
with.
like the ball is out and they're passing to each other. Yeah, like
No, 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 no. So he was about to shoot it,
yeah, yeah.
and then there was a player who was in front of him, and he like started
Well, yeah,
dribbling
yeah.
like
He did
between
like
him,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then he pushed him like with his hand. And the way he did it is that the referee couldn't see it,
yeah,
that
yeah,
he
yeah.
pushed him, and it was such like a smooth thing. Now, when I look at this
Mm-hmm.
and uh, like when I see this, I was like, if this happens now, like
Mm-hmm.
there's no way he's gonna get like foul or whatever. At the same time, imagine Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, bless his soul, and who else? And Shaq, for
Yeah.
example. Imagine Shaq and nobody's touching Shaq. What the hell is he gonna do to the rim?
Yeah, good point. Actually, fun fact you said about there's this story with Kobe where he goes, I learned like the referee, the rule book for the referees in the NBA because I wanted to know where they're supposed to be at every moment, so I can
Oh, that is
get
mm.
away with fouling people or like stuff like get away with stuff. Like
Yeah,
he was also like a menace, Kobe, like insane.
very,
Yeah, yeah.
very. And the other thing is if you I don't know, do this weird thing, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the 90s All-Star NBA
Ah,
and
okay.
watch the current ones.
Yeah, but also all stars are not supposed to be like
Yes, yes.
there's supposed to be no defense basically. It's just like a free
That,
for.
now here's what I'm saying. Watch the old one,
Uh-huh.
like the
Okay.
old ones. There is like you can literally see how it's like I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll
you
I'll
know.
check it out.
But these ones like there was one All-Star which was like 150 something
Yeah, yeah,
points.
like a recent one. It's the one
Yeah.
with either Team Giannis and LeBron James. I think it was that one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know. And watch the old ones. They didn't end with like such high numbers, but they were entertaining. But at the same time, they were entertaining with a bit of uh, rivalry, let's say. Not
Yeah.
like, yeah, rivalry, and kind of we're annoying each other because I dislike you. You're West, you're East. We're gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, yeah. I get. Yeah, yeah. But yeah.
Plus, I
Mm-hmm.
was also because I like again this hate watching goes a bit deeper because
Mm-hmm.
again I'm like the old NBA is better, and I was like checking the ratings of viewership ratings.
Viewership, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And what I learned is that now people like, of course, I can't say like journalists, but they don't watch the old, the conference, no, the qualifiers, no, not before the
Playoffs.
qualifiers, not the playoffs, the thing before the
The playing
playoffs.
tournaments.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
the playing tournaments have such low viewership.
It's been recent actually. So, like it's been like what like
Yeah.
last. I'm probably gonna mess this up, but like 5 or 6 years. Like it's been recent. Like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then I was check like the old ones. I think the highest ones were in the a bit before 2015. That was the highest one. Like LeBron, with
Mm,
Kobe and I forgot the names of other players to be honest.
okay.
And that like the highest ones were like after the 2000s. These are like very high. But the current ones apparently in the NBA, like people don't watch them.
Mm,
They only check out the playoffs, and they only check out like no, the playoffs I think have good ratings, but not
yeah.
as good as before.
Okay.
You know?
But
Yeah.
yeah, but the playoffs are the most interesting part of. Well, the tournament is the most interesting part about any sport. Like
Well, here's the thing. Uh, like again, this is me. When Chicago Bulls, I used to watch all, what was it, 82 games
yeah,
or
82.
60?
Yeah, 82
Yeah,
games a season.
I used to watch all, like almost, of course, not all of them, almost all of them on an Israeli channel that we could get. Yeah,
God. Okay, one
you
thing
know.
Israel gave to the Palestinians is
Uh,
basketball.
well, yeah. because I thought that was the only channel that kind of
Yeah.
maybe I could say leaked them, or just ESPN. I could like watch it there.
Mm-mm.
I was like, oh, when is Chicago Bulls playing? I'm gonna watch it. I remember it was 4 a.m. and 5
Yeah,
a.m.
yeah. That's also like that's one of my problems. Like I hate like I really like watching basketball, but I hate the
The
time zip.
time.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
just sometimes check out like the playoffs. But
Mm.
yeah, I was at one point I was really good at guessing the like I remember I text my cousin, I think it was like when 2022 or 21 when uh it was like Boston and Warriors.
Uh-huh.
And I I just texted my cousin because it was like, oh, Boston, like they made it to the finals, and I'm like, yeah, I think Warriors in five, and they won in 5 games. Or I said yeah, but I don't remember my guess, but I remember I got it right, and I rubbed it in his face at the moment I was like, yeah, I was happy. I wasn't happy that the Warriors won. I was happy I got the prediction right. But yeah,
Well, so like my thing about it is that I watch it and I'm like, man, what is this? What is this play? So can
mm,
you guys like, for example, when Steve Curry, well, Steph Curry, believe me,
mm,
when Steph Curry like shot, there was a game where he shot like I don't know how many league three pointers he got in.
mm.
Like so, and it's like why is no defender like annoying him? Why is he having such free reign to do it?
Well, because he's really good at moving off ball actually as well, you know?
But also it's because nobody like if you notice it, they don't and I'm saying the word like annoying, they don't mind fuck his brain.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like those small touches, this
Actually,
small like
I
the
don't
hip
know,
the
like,
hip touch, for example.
uh,
That I don't see it. Is it a foul now if they do it?
I don't know actually.
The hip, the hip, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
holding to the hips and all that,
No,
yeah?
no, well, like they grab. It happens every.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen as often as it used to. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah. But
It's
I think trash talk is still happens in the NBA. Because
Oh yeah, definitely.
there's this what's it called, like this movie, Adam Sandler movie. I forgot what's it called about the basketball like
Okay.
I forgot what's it called, but
Yeah.
like one problem with the player was he couldn't, like it was about like he was in Spain, he's a street ball player, he goes, oh, this kid is amazing.
Hustle?
Hustle, yeah, Hustle. Oh,
Okay.
good movie.
Uh-huh.
I would recommend it. But yeah,
Okay.
kid, he sees this kid in Spain, and he says, "Oh, this guy's talented. I'll take him back to America." And he takes him back to America, and he realized like this kid can't. He gets
That's
frustrated
so
when
good.
trash talked. And like
Uh-huh.
there's one like it's like those montages from
Uh-huh.
those like sport movies or whatever, and he would just sort of goes like, "Oh, your mother's a whore," and and just stuff like that, just to like make the player understand like, oh, people are gonna trash talk. You have to not focus on them. So yeah,
hmm No, but also like imagine plus trash talk, you also have this like the touching thing,
yeah,
the like like trash talk plus touching, it makes for this. I am going to score. I'm going to humiliate you in front of your hometown or
yeah.
on your home court or the other way around, whatever. And this, I don't see it, and it's very much annoyed me so much. I was like, this is such like a it's nothing. It's boring for me. Like for me, it's like it's boring. Why there's no excitement for me.
Hmm.
Again, I maybe need to like just focus on the playoffs and just watch the finals. But then again, like I really like I want to follow a team, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I've never been a fan of one team. Like
Uh-huh.
I just like the game. I like watching good
Yeah.
teams play.
Yeah. Well, yeah, me too. But I also like want to watch I want to watch, for example, I go back to the idea, or I want to watch like Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan just going, I'm gonna punch you. If they let me, if there's like a hockey, like just put the 3 minute or the 1 minute
Yeah,
hockey thing, you know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I
I'm
got
gonna
you.
do it. And like I want to watch, for example, something like Shaq when he used to dunk, and you could feel the whole like
Yeah, yeah,
stadium
yeah.
dunk, you know. But
But
it's not there, I think.
yeah, well, Andre, I guess it's
Uh,
evolving. Yeah.
yeah, well, is it evolving or devolving?
Uh,
Plus, what I right now,
mm-hmm,
well, again, this is because like I studied a lot about this and just watched a 10-minute YouTube video, which told
mm-hmm,
me everything about it. Is that right now, players, coaches, and especially like managers of
mm-hmm,
the teams, they only focus on basically analytics. They introduced like that word analytics to it. Now this is like the bad word for old NBA players,
mm-hmm.
is that now they just see, oh, 3 pointers are what we need. Okay, so let's focus on just 3 pointers. We don't need inside the ring. We don't need like good plays or all of this. No, no, no. Just focus on 3 pointers. Give it to Steph Curry or I don't know. There was Durant,
Kevin
Durant,
Durant,
Kevin Durant, and I don't know if it's Draymond Green also. There's one I remember his name because I really like his name, Draymond Green.
Draymond Green. Yeah.
Yeah, I
The,
just like
there's,
the name.
I watched one video. It was the blackest name ever, which I kind of agree with. Yeah. Actually, I was recently working on a basketball bit, which I really can't crack. It's the idea was like I really like watching basketball, and I realize a lot of basketball players they like playing golf, which is really weird because they play the blackest sport and the whitest sport.
Thanks for this.
It's
That's
like,
funny.
but I don't know an angle for it,
Oh, that's
but
funny.
oh man. Anyways, bad venues.
Oh,
Went on a
uh,
tangent here. Yeah.
well, because this also goes to hate watching venues.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. But I remember you because you told me that you dislike the venue because they were smoking. They allowed smoking in the venue and you
yeah,
couldn't
oh
breathe.
man,
Yeah.
like, yeah, and the same thing happened, and I still have a headache from it. Imagine, like it was 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
I still have a headache from it. It's so annoying. Plus, well, it's a karaoke venue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it's seating and the way the seats are, they're small couches, you
Ah,
know?
okay.
So when a person sits, they just like relax because it's a karaoke venue. So it's not ready for stand up. We changed the whole seating, we changed everything
Okay.
except the seats we couldn't. Um, Plus the venue itself, like if they turn on the ventilation,
Oh, it
it's
fucks up.
the
Like
yes,
you
its
could,
sound is so loud, it's louder than the microphone.
yeah. So you had to.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and like it's really like it's imagine it's the ventilation is heckling you.
Yeah.
You know? And on top of that, because it's like because they're not used to this, but like they're to be honest, to be fair to them, they're the ones who gave us the place, you
Yeah.
know. Uh, and we started late as always.
Mm-hmm.
Like people were telling me, "Oh man, it's fine in Jordan here. We say at 7, we start at 7:30." I was like, "You don't get it. It's yeah, but it's if you start later in a how do you call it? Like there's fresh air venue. I agree with you. But in 30 minutes, this venue is gonna be full of smoke."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's what literally happened. You could see people getting like annoyed by it, by the smoke and everything, because like even smokers, they themselves were annoyed by it.
So in the venue, you were clients were allowed to smoke their own cigarettes.
Yes, yes, yes. In
Ah,
Jordan,
okay.
well, in Jordan, they say the cigarette is banned, but most people like they don't give a shit
Yeah, yeah,
about this. So it
understand.
had shisha and the cigarette smoke, and it annoys me, especially it annoyed like I could see on people's faces. you
Okay.
know. That's one thing. Plus, if we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about the venue, when we were doing like this show,
Mm-hmm.
they came to us and they said, "We will bring you 20 people." You
Okay.
know. Now I wasn't in the managing of the event. Let's say I was
Uh-huh.
like, "There's one guy." He said, "I'll manage it." I was like, "I'm gonna give you everything. I am not gonna do anything. This is on you." And when they said we're gonna bring 20 people, I told them, how sure are you that you're gonna bring 20 people?" Oh, we were like almost sure, all of that stuff. And they brought maybe four, if not less.
Oof. But you
One, yeah, one
brought.
comedian with
Mhm.
us. Yeah, one comedian who was like the hidden comedian, Tawfiq, fucking A. He brought like maybe one, two, like maybe 10 to 11 people.
Okay.
Another comedian brought eight.
Like they're friends slash family members.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Like friends, friends. Which I was like, how do you know eight people, buddy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've been in Russia for 8 years doing comedy. I brought my friends one time, and then there were
Yeah.
three guys at the beginning, and then they never came back.
Yeah.
You know?
So
And
yeah,
yeah,
but you can't. You're not selling to people you don't know, or are there people who you
oh,
don't
no,
know?
no, we sold tickets to everybody. Like this is what the guys were good at. The guys like who brought, they told them like just buy the ticket. The ticket was like $7,
No,
almost
no, no.
$7.
I'm saying like the mostly it's the people who come to the shows are your friends.
Basically,
Ah,
that's what happened. You know,
okay.
because the venue has no. Oh, and also, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna bring 20 people," because they have their own. How do you call it? Advertising agency or
Okay.
social like
Social media, yeah.
marketing
Okay.
agency. And they were like, "Oh, we'll bring 20 people." I was like, "How sure are you going to bring 20 people? Because that's a big number."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know. Plus, if you're going to bring 20 people, and we're already going to bring like 20 people,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we need to know how to seat them properly because
Mm-hmm.
the seating itself took we made a special seating, and then the owner of the place was like, "Oh, I'm bringing 8 people." So we booked a whole table for him, and he only brought one.
Okay.
you
Nice.
know. Plus, he was like, "Oh, they'll come in 30 minutes." The show was supposed to start 50 minutes before that.
Oh
You
my
know.
God.
So imagine, like, I was hosting, I'm on stage, and the only thing I'm thinking of, I don't want because one of the comedians, fucking A, he brought let's say we're not like we did a professional camera shooting of the whole show.
That's good, good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like very nice. Uh, and uh, and I was like, I don't want to introduce a comedian and then suddenly 7 people enter while he's performing in
Mm-hmm.
front of a professional camera. That's bad for the comedian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like 45 minutes in, we still haven't started. I was like, okay, I can't do it. I can't wait anymore for your people. I'm just gonna start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we started. Good show. Everything was great. The one thing also, what happens with like these venues, because again, it's hectic. They not only that they don't understand, they were happy. They were very happy with what we brought.
The
Yeah.
venue itself, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Ah,
yes, yes,
okay.
yes. They were very happy with what we brought. But they were like, for example, but they don't kind of like deal with the idea of stand up here in that venue. You know, like remember in Jim and Jack's, you had in the back the bar. For
Yeah.
people who don't know, Jim and Jack's, we had the stage, the chairs, and the bar on the other side of the
So
stage.
like yeah, while
But it
you're on stage, the bar is facing you. So yeah. You're looking at the bar
Yes,
basically. Yeah.
yes. So whatever the bar does, you're gonna hear it. If they're using the shaker, you're gonna hear the fucking shaker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If they're talking or they're having trouble or someone just ordered, you're gonna hear them order, which is fine. But the problem is that at Jim and Jack's, that was the second room, and the first room, which is like the place where like people sit, like if they don't want to watch stand up, they go there and sit. The only thing that was separating it was a curtain, if you remember.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yes, a
remember.
soundproof curtain.
Worst, like you could always hear, like I would always remember you would always come and tell people like, please quiet down, there's a show there.
Yes,
And people did
yes,
not give a fuck about the show there.
yes, yes. Yeah. So this is like the same, but the thing is, we didn't have the curtains. So, for example, the owner would sit right next to me in a table which was empty, which he
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to bring people in. We had like I could have, for example, seated 8 people in that corner, but I
Yeah.
only had him and someone else, and they were talking, while a comedian was performing, and I think that we did not capture the his sound,
Okay.
the
Did you
voice.
shit on him? For
Oh
the
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, good.
Um, uh, I think I actually don't remember. I need to remember. Either before the first comedian or after, he was talking, and I just turned to him and said, "Please, when a comedian is on stage, don't talk. It is very disrupting." La la la. But he was very gracious about it, and probably we're not gonna do anything there anymore.
So it's the same venue you did your first show at or a different venue?
Yes, yes, yes,
Ah, same, same.
yes. Uh, and in both cases, we brought everybody,
Goddamn
literally.
venues, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. This is one thing that's, oh my God, like it's so annoying in venues. However, at the end of the show, I was debating how do we close the show? Our last comedian was finishing his set.
Mm-hmm.
He did a great job. He fucking killed. And what I was like, how do I close the show? You know? I was and one of the waiters, well, the only waiter,
Mm-hmm.
basically, he was like, "Can you extend like the time of the show?" I was like the smoke, everything, it was shit. But I was like, oh, let's do improv games, like the improv games
What,
that
why did he
we,
want you to extend the show though?
because I don't know, to be honest. I really, this one, I really don't
Okay.
know. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, how do we extend it? And I was actually debating it like a day or two before it.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to one comedian, and we were talking about like brainstorming ideas, and it just like hit me. Like she really liked the improv games that we did in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, let's redo it.
Oh,
And
it's a
it
comedian I
was,
know, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Leah,
Oh, shout
Nico,
out.
Nico.
Shout out, Luke. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and what I did, like I played like this is where the fun in the show, and hopefully like in the clips, it will show how much fun I was having,
Mm-hmm.
and the comedians were having, because they had no idea about the games.
Mm-hmm.
They literally like, and I didn't tell them we're gonna do these games,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I just go on stage, like we were supposed to do like a last camera thing with the whole audience, and I was like, before we do that, there's something I'm gonna do that I haven't told the comedians about. We're gonna do improv games,
Mm-hmm.
and even the comedians were like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we did like Sex with Me and Three-Headed Professor. They like comedians, man. They got everything on the fly. They did really well. With the
Okay.
Three-Headed Professor, it was fucking chaos.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I used to love that game. I'm not sure if I said that on the podcast before, but I used to love this game. Yeah, like I would like if you don't know the game, it's like you ask the question to the professor, you have a good advice, bad advice,
No,
and
no, no. You're talking about good advice, bad advice, worst
oh,
advice.
which
The,
one is the three-headed
the
professor?
three-headed professor is
Uh
that three comedians, each one they can only talk one
ah w-
one word at a time.
okay, then yeah. Oops, then
But no,
sorry.
no. Talk about that game.
Yeah,
Bad.
the bad advice. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, like, and I was like being the good advice guy and saying the most fucked up shit. And I remember one comedian was shitting on me. He goes, You're the good guy," and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, that's why it's funny. I'm giving bad advice."
You know what's so funny when people don't like. I think this is also sometimes a problem with us,
Hmm.
is that sometimes our joke has layers that we only get these layers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a
Yeah,
bad thing actually. I would say like if it's too
yeah,
many layers, you know.
yes, 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 yes. Like it's like what I like. It's a meme over a meme over a meme, and
Yeah,
you have to be into this to catch it on the fly. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
But it's nice when another comedian I think catches it. I
Mm-mm-mm.
think this is like one of the most fun things, and it can be kind of, I don't want to say ruined, but the effect can be lessened when one comedian actually takes it literally.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man, I remember doing this joke. Same comedian, performer, comedian, whatever the fuck. Like a friend of ours, older guy, like mid 30s, and we all made this joke. Like, his girlfriend is much younger than him, like legal, all legal. She's like a year older than me, I think. Well, now it's his fiance. But he says something, and I go, I forgot the wording of the joke, but basically, I kind of called him like a kid fucker in a joke form, and then the girl goes, but his girlfriend is this age, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It wouldn't have been funny if I said his girlfriend was 23. It's funny if the girlfriend is 9. And she goes, no. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I was mad at her. I was like, I said something that I should have not said. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh man, yeah, yeah, yeah. But like during the three-headed professor, so I was telling them like less is more, and maybe more is less, whatever you guys want. But when you want to like finish, just say next question, please.
Hmm.
The one thing that was very funny about it, one of the comedians, he's actually a professional improviser,
Okay.
here in Jordan. So he kind of caught it,
Uh-huh.
you know, caught the idea. The other comedians didn't.
Oh,
So for example, and he caught like the idea of three-headed professor is each one of the heads has like they want to go to their punchline, let's say,
yeah.
or their idea, but the other person doesn't know. So you have to like make it easier for them to get the idea at least,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then like the general idea, and then like work with it. So he caught this, and he was trying to make it easier for the others, and the others would make it much harder.
Mm.
And then, for example, he would say something which is fucking hilarious, gets a big laugh, yeah, and that's all we need. Just next question, please. And the others would continue the thing.
Uh, you don't know what would be funny with
Yeah,
the professor thingy.
yeah,
The first guy says next, second guy says question, and then you continue. You don't let them say please, so you don't move on. To the bit just to fuck with their hearts, you know. But yeah,
yeah.
I
So
really
the
miss
whole time,
the improv
yeah,
games we used to play, man. But
it's so much fun, man. And the one thing that was so funny is in one of clips, I'm now like editing one. Like you can hear me go, even it's I'm not you can hear me. The audience could hear me go,
nah, yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
please. And at one point, I fucking erupted.
yeah.
I
Hmm.
went, Brilliant, just say next question, please.
Nice.
And, it was so funny. And the one thing that was so good about it, after we finished that, the comedians went and the comedians told me, "Man, we have to do this we have to end every show with these games."
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
we got a booking for a venue on the
Different
12th.
venue. Different venue. How did they find you?
One guy was at the show. He liked
Ah,
it.
good,
He
good.
liked it. He was like, I want to like kind of like hire you guys to do a show at our
Nice,
place.
nice,
So
nice.
we were like, okay. So hopefully we're gonna have another show in the next 10 days.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You're moving up in the world of stand-up comedy.
Again, not a high bar.
Yeah,
For in
but
English, in English, in Arabic, it's good. In Arabic, it's good. There's like
okay.
four professional stand-up comedians here in Jordan who make their money from stand-up. Like they're, you know,
For comedians.
yeah, four, like yeah, like basically like 4 or 5 comedians. These are the guys who
Yeah.
make their money from stand-up. You know?
Yeah. A lot of comedians in the Arab world, they do comedy as a gateway. Well, actually, it's everywhere, but
Yes,
to
yeah,
get
but you know,
to acting.
uh, one thing, yeah. One thing I remember Arkady, our previous guest, Arkady, when he said how in Armenia right now, people like the comedians there, they want to be funny. They're not looking to be famous. They just
Yeah.
want to be funny, you know? And this is something that I really like that idea,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah. I think also like well here's I think I kind of disagree with. I think the comedians promoting themselves too early.
Hmm.
Like I keep getting across. Maybe I've talked about this before. I don't remember. I'm sorry if I did, but like I keep coming across this one comedian or performer or
Yeah.
whatever. Uh, and they no gender specific, but they keep on promoting themselves on Instagram, and the jokes
Hmm.
are not good. I'm like, you're fucking
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That's bad. Well, I think that's bad. Yeah. What can you say, man? What can you?
I don't. It's
You know
uh-huh.
but I okay. Let's tackle it from a different position. Why do they do that?
Because they want they think it's easy to be famous, which is true, but also like maybe they believe that it's their funniest material. But
Hmm.
in my head, it's like there have been moments where I'm like, I really should start posting, and then I'm like, actually, I'm so glad I'm not. Like,
Hmm.
I think best thing to do is get as much funny material as you can, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
like, this is the right way. So yeah, like pretty sure like it's been done before, well, told before, whatever. But yeah.
Like sometimes I think it's yeah, no, but like my question is, do you think they realize that it's how do you call it? Um, that it's that like the material is not funny or like do you think yeah.
I think they just hear a laughter. They're like, okay, let me put it out. It's funny because people laughed. When in reality, they laughed because maybe they were too warm, or they can people can laugh just because the joke is stupid or how unfunny it is. Like I like to laugh
Hmm.
at unfunny stuff. That's one of my guilty pleasures. I know you do it all the time as well sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah, like I remember I've seen like a friend of mine, she posted a bit. I never thought it was funny. I never understood the punchline in it.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's my fault, but she I remember her posting it and it got the laugh and I'm like, oh okay. I mean I don't get why it's funny, but okay,
Yeah.
people are laughing. And then she does that bit same joke again and I'm like, nobody laughs. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not stupid after all. Like the joke is not actually funny. But yeah, I don't know.
No, like sometimes what I'm trying to say is like when they post these and you watch them,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, but this is like too raw, you know? Or just it's too new. Why burn it now? Why throw
Mm-hmm.
it when it's still like it's still in its freaking cradle, believe, you know?
I think like if you have like let's say you have your hour ready, I think the best thing to post on Instagram is topical stuff.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
write a topical bit about what's happening in the news or I don't know what's ever's trending.
Yeah.
Do post it. That's good because you're not burning your material because like this topical in like 2 weeks. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about
Yeah,
Haktua,
exactly.
but you got the Haktua while Haktua was was
Tattooing.
yeah, on the two up. Okay, that was
Yeah.
shit, but yeah. And
Unheard
the
of toy bullshit. Yeah.
in the oh yeah, oof. Is she going to jail?
I don't think so, man. These
Yeah.
people, these people, well, if she goes to jail, that would be interesting to watch. She will get another 15 minutes of fame.
And
You know? And did you hear how she like left the whole conversation? For people who didn't know, hacked to a girl, a girl who just like instantly became famous because of like a short interview, and then she started a kind of Bitcoin thing, which apparently turned out to be a scam.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when she was confronted with it, she had like her managers or whatever. They were the ones who were like taking the questions or whatever. And then she was like in the middle of the conversation, she was like, "Okay, guys, I'm going to sleep. Good night."
You think she like because here
Yeah.
maybe I'm hawk to a sympathizer or whatever,
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Maybe
But
just a sleep.
maybe, but
Yeah.
I don't think she was the one. Like I don't think she masterminded this whole scam.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
Do you know how like one example of this is Robert De Niro, uh, where he
the
the
director.
actor,
Oh, actor. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I know.
When he opened a restaurant, I think it was in Russia, in Moscow, which cost a lot, you know,
He
and
hasn't.
it didn't.
I never.
Well, he had probably,
Uh,
but he opened a restaurant and it cost a lot, and it fucking failed miserably.
uh-huh.
You know, and they were like, it's definitely not him. Why do you think like a lot of these actors go into tax fraud or whatever? Because they're not focusing on that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Their
You
manager.
know,
Like, oh, it's a good idea. Like, do that.
Th-
Yeah.
this is why sometimes, and this is an unpopular opinion, sometimes I think that Diddy did not do his own parties. Maybe
Okay.
it's someone else. And then he was like, "Oh, what the hell is this?" And then he's like, "Wait,
Yeah,
I'm in jail. What the fuck is happening?"
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Dude,
know?
like, I was drunk too,
This is what
motherfucker.
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was drunk for the last 25 years. I
I don't.
punched her by
I had
mistake.
this joke. I don't know why it doesn't work. You ever write a joke that you think is so fucking amazing but never works?
For 5 years, I've been writing the same
Yeah.
joke that never works. But yeah.
I had this joke when the whole Diddy stuff happened. It's like it was about Biggie Smalls, and I say like, oh, Biggie Smalls doesn't sound like a rapper's name. It sounds like when you're lying to a girl about your penis size. Like, she goes, "You have a big penis," and I'm like, it's Biggie Smalls. I really think it's funny, but I'd never worked. But yeah, and actually, in the during the you hosting the shows, do you do new stuff or
I did a short bit. It totally didn't work because one, I messed it up
okay,
100%. Two, again, we started like 45 minutes into a place that was full of smoke, and I hate cigarette smoke. I'm a shisha smoker, and I
okay,
hate cigarette smoke. It really annoys me.
okay,
So I had like this massive headache,
yeah, yeah,
and I did it like not at the beginning of me hosting. I did it like closer to the end.
so you're
I messed it up royally. I
yeah.
managed to save it with like a quick improv, like the laughter, like to get them back, but I messed it up royally. I was like, okay, this is okay. Fuck no, you
Now,
know?
here's the reason I was asking because I recently got this idea for a bit, which I did, and it like yesterday it was the only joke that worked for me. Like, it's the first joke I did, and then I was bombing for like four 4 minutes and 50 seconds. But the problem is the thing I hate about this joke is I don't, I can't find if it's been done before, but I'm surprised that nobody did it. And the
Okay.
joke is like, I found out that Einstein was married his cousin, which is weird when you find out he's the guy who made the theory of relativity. And I'm surprised that nobody made that connection before me.
Funny. You should. By the way, I don't know. You should like TM it like right now. Post it somewhere.
Maybe
Like
I
that's
quit.
funny.
Check out my Twitter, people. I haven't posted on in like 3 years.
Mm,
I never
that's
thought.
that's a good place for to like save your jokes and like
Yeah,
test them. Like
I don't know.
yeah.
It's hard. For me. It's the commitment, man.
Oh yeah.
Committing to because I don't know
Well,
like how
yeah.
often I should post. Like I had this idea posted every Monday, but I think it's just
Mhm.
posted whenever you come up with something good. Maybe that's.
Well, it kind of depends. Like for example, this podcast. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we do it because we want to do it.
Yeah.
Like I told you, like I have a headache and everything, and when I woke up, I was like, I hope Omar is awake. Let's do it. Fuck it. No
Yeah. Yeah.
guests, nothing. Let's do it. It's just start. That's the whole idea of it.
Yes.
You have to
Just
just
start.
begin,
Yeah. Yeah. And then.
you know, and then like see where that goes. Because every time when you keep on saying, "Oh, I will like start only Mondays," blah blah blah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then you will find an excuse for yourself not to do it, which is
Yeah.
very weird of us, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I've struggled with these problems before.
Yeah, it should be. Or what you can do is, I'll give you an example of what if you want to segment your time, min max your time. There was a guy who I used to know in university, guy from Somalia.
Okay.
Um, he had like a book to read when he's in the metro. He had a book he read when he's on a bus. He had a book like he would read, for example, at home while cooking, while waiting for his food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what like these spare times, like or
Mm-hmm.
this time you don't, okay, use that. So for example, if you're commuting, yeah, you're on your phone or whatever, then use that and like, okay, this is it. The moment you enter the metro, okay, now, right now, I'm going to
Tweet.
like tweet whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? You can even, if maybe on plus, maybe you're afraid of like, how will people react to it? Yeah.
The tweet, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nobody watches it, so
Oh, like this is how it starts with everybody. You think
yeah.
nobody's watching, and then you get a billion followers.
FBI.
You never
Yeah.
know.
Oh, I thought the FBI.
No, 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 no. Don't
Yeah.
worry about them. They have their hands full with the Latinos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the
That's,
Latino listeners.
yeah, yeah.
Fight
Good
for
luck.
yourselves.
Run, motherfucker. Go to Canada.
Go to Canada. Yeah.
Did you see how Trump and the president of Colombia had a fight on Twitter?
No.
So Trump he sends like two planes full of Colombian illegal immigrants, allegedly, of course. You know, and the Colombian authorities and the president he refused those planes. He told them to go back because he was like, if you're gonna insult my people like this, then fuck off. Yeah. And
Okay.
then he sent a presidential plane to go get the plane back. To go get, sorry, the people,
yeah. Oh, okay.
the illegal immigrants.
Okay.
And then like Trump, he put like on Twitter, yeah, he was like, I'm going to do some tariffs. I'm going to increase exports, the tariff on exports to Colombia. Your imports, we're gonna fuck with them. So President of Colombia with like on Twitter with caps, well, like fuck off. Nobody threatens us. Who do you think we are? Do you think we are Arabs? Do you think we're
Mm.
Saudi Arabia? You can. I swear to God, that's what he said. I
Shout
think
out
that's yeah.
Colombia, I guess.
I was like, what?
And like the guy is writing in English or in
No, you can find it. Like I think it was in no, it was translated. The
Uh,
one that I read, I translated.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I was like, you think we're Saudi Arabia? You can extort money from us. Go fuck yourself. No, he didn't say go fuck yourself, but he was, and then like now it's a tariff war between them. It's
Yeah,
so
I
funny.
have my money on Colombia for some reason.
Why?
Isn't it Colombia, like, don't they have like the worst prisons in the whole world?
I have no idea.
Like I don't know. Oh
Well,
no,
let's
maybe
be
it's
honest. The last
Ecuador.
the last 2 months, 2 months ago, when the Syrian regime fell, everybody got introduced to what a Syrian prison is. So then,
You wanna, because
competition. Yeah.
there's this guy. I think it's Ecuador, maybe. I
Uh-huh.
don't know, but like I saw somewhere like it's like 50 guys in one cell or whatever. It was like a crazy number of people.
I know.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, you froze for a bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so but
Worst. Yeah.
okay, you're looking it up.
Yes.
Share the screen, homie.
Worst prison. What? UK, France. Oh, wait. This is like historical prisons. I don't want this. Rwanda. But this is all, what do you call it? This is like historical shit.
Okay.
What do you mean? Okay, what do you mean by worst prison? In what way?
The like there's like a shit ton of people in one cell,
Uh-huh.
and they say like the people have to like sleep standing up or stuff like that. Like they have no room to sleep, nothing basically.
Uh-huh.
They're basically like packed all in one cell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. What were we going with this? Oh, so one of the top is the US.
Oh,
In the US. Yeah. Uh,
okay.
ADX Florence in the US. Oh, in the U okay, let's see how many. US, Russia. So Black Dolphin, Russia. Butyrka Prison, Russia. I think
Shout
we
out
used
to
to have,
Rush.
yeah, Russia. North Korea, El Salvador,
El
Turkey,
Salvador,
Georgia.
that's the one I'm talking.
Yeah, okay.
Which one did they say? Colombia and did they say El
You
Salvador?
said Colombia and Ecuador.
Ecuador. Oh, it's El
Yeah.
Salvador, Ecuador's. They're homies.
Okay.
They're cool with each other. But yeah, Ecuador has bad because it's always this TikTok that goes worst prison and then best prison and like the best prison is better than the
Finland
subway.
or Norway or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
The
I
one,
think
the one where
Norway.
you get Wi-Fi and PlayStation.
Yeah, man. Oof. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
What better way to correct a criminal than make him play GTA 5?
actually fun fact. They say those prisons are like the amount of people who go back to these prisons are the lowest in
Yeah.
Norway, which is maybe your rooms are shit. Like maybe it's not as comfortable as like maybe it's like fuck, I'm never gonna commit a crime again.
I love your idea of a return customer of the
Yeah,
prison.
yeah. Like
Uh, how can we attract more prisoners?
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
comfortable housing. I
Uh,
recently found out the difference between a prison and a jail.
wasn't the jail just like the thing that's in a police station and prison is like the thing or what?
Well, not as the TikTok lawyer explained to me.
Oh, please tell me what TikTok lawyer explains in
So
60 seconds.
TikTok lawyer says jails are for short sentences,
Uh-huh.
1 year. Prison is for 5 or like more like for long sentences basically. And prison has more comfortable mattresses.
Ah, prison has more comfortable mattresses.
Yeah.
This
And
is the punchline, yeah?
no, it's not just a punchline, it's a fact.
Well, here it says jails are hold individuals who have been arrested for minor crimes. Prisons used to house individuals who have been convicted for serious crimes. Level of security, prisons are generally more secure than jails, with higher staffing levels and more extensive security measures. Basically, more money. So,
So basically, TikTok lawyer lied to me. Well,
okay.
anything about mattresses? Nothing about
No,
mat.
nothing about mattresses. I'll check images if there's
Ah,
images of mattresses. Yeah, because why not? The internet, it's on the internet. How can it be? Yeah, jail, short-term detention, prison, long-term incarceration.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
TikTok.
they
N-
they have to use longer thing. People awaiting trial or sentencing who have committed minor crimes, that is jail. Individuals convicted and sentenced in more serious offense, operated by local government, sheriff's office, police, as I told you,
Yeah,
typically run by state, blah blah, tend to have fewer security measures, higher security measures. But I like the mattress. That's a funny thing, man.
yeah. I don't know.
So technically, I've been in jail, but I've never been in prison.
Wait, you've been to
That's
jail? Like a holding
yes,
cell?
yes.
Ah,
Well, twice, I think. But one was like it wasn't like it was the metro jail, the
ah,
metro, the metro spa, you know.
oof. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's so funny. It wasn't because of me. It was because of my friend, you
Well,
know.
what did he do?
Nothing. He just his passport was kind of fucked. So they were checking his passport, and when they wanted to check my passport, like the policeman, like he wanted to take it from me. I was like, I'm not gonna give it to you.
Okay, and then he got
Yeah,
mad at that.
yeah. He was like, what the fuck? I was like, no, I'm not gonna give it to you. It's my right.
I recently saw a guy get arrested in front of the metro, and I was like, why did I not come here earlier? Because it was such a
Spectacle.
I didn't get it because they had the dog, so I
Oh,
assumed the dog sniffed like drugs on him.
mm,
But there was like literally a girl right in front of the guy. So I thought if like the guy's getting arrested, the girl should be, if it's drug related, then the girl should be getting arrested. But then maybe he was trying to like uh, touch her inappropriately. But
ah.
the funny part was
And
like this guy was getting manhandled by the police officer, and he was yelling like crazy, and he was doing like
what was
not
he yelling?
no. But this was he's it's not words. It's just like like stuff like that. And like
He was,
it's like
he was they found a Slytherin among the metro.
it's like this guy was watching National Geographic, and he goes, the way Cobra intimidates prey is by and like I didn't get it, and people were filming this, and I wanted to go up to a guy. I was like, what happened? And I got too scared to say that.
Oh, man. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
like, listen, my skin color does not allow me to ask these such
yeah,
questions.
yeah, yeah. Brown oppression in Russia. It's true, man.
Uh, well, is there? Well, I remember there
Motherfucker,
was
you're
some. You,
you're
yeah,
subject
I,
zero.
yeah.
You're the most oppressed person who's ever been to Russia.
Holy shit, you made me laugh at that. Oh yeah, I got stopped a lot.
Yeah.
200, about 200, what? 50, yeah, 250 in 2011.
Oh, you were counting, yeah?
I counted, yeah, yeah. Because I remember there was, apologies, one second. I remember there was one day where I was stopped 5 times.
Mm.
Yeah. And on the third time that I got stopped, like in that day, like I go in the metro, I get stopped outside. I go inside, I get stopped. I told them like they just stopped me. Yeah.
Ah.
And they were like, well, basically like we don't care, show us. I was like, sure. And then I go to Kitai Gorad
Mm-hmm.
metro station, and I'm changing stations, and they stop me. And at that point, I burst out laughing.
Okay.
Yeah, I laughed really like just I just laughed because that's what I do. When I'm nervous, I laugh.
Nice.
you know, and I was shitting myself. I was like, they just stopped me twice at Yuga Zapadnaya, and
Mm-hmm.
the guy was just looking at me, and he just looked at me, and he was like, "Yeah, I understand why." It's like, "Fuck yourself," you know.
Yeah.
But in my head, but yeah. So I showed my documents. I finished. I go out. I finish my stuff. After I switch, I like switch to purple line. And purple line, I exit that. I get stopped outside,
Mm-hmm.
and that just made me go, "Are you serious?" And they look at me like, "What?" I was like, "I was just stopped right before here 3 times, here, here, and here." And one of the policemen just smiled. And I remember like because one other policeman like he asked for my documents, and I just said like this. So he told him like just give him his documents. So I take like my documents, I go, I finish my shift, I come back to that station, I enter, and they stop me inside of it.
Ah,
And at that point, I was like, they just stopped me right outside here, you know?
yeah.
And when I was saying this, one of the policemen who were there, you
Saw
know,
you?
yeah, saw me. And he
Ah,
just goes, "What the fuck?"
yeah, yeah,
He just comes in, and he just like I can hear like he tells the I asked them like, "Why did you stop him?" Not why did you stop him? He's like, "Oh, you stopped this guy." He's like, "Yeah, we stopped him like this." So they all like four, like it was four, and there were another two guys like inside this. How do you call it? The booth or whatever
yeah,
it's
yeah,
called.
yeah,
Yeah, and they were just laughing, and I was like, "I fucking hate all of you."
yeah, 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 yeah.
And they just gave me my documents and said,
But I also
"No,
remember,
it's just your bad day. That's all."
like at one point you had like a long beard. That in like 2011?
This one, yeah, yeah, yeah. I had
Ah,
like the long beard, the long hair, and like really thin, as if I changed, and a huge. I always wore it, a huge black coat, a
okay.
huge black coat. So I really looked Padazrit in me, like very suspicious, right?
Suspicious,
And
suspicious.
I'm not gonna say I didn't look at,
Like you
I
didn't
looked the
deserve.
part,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you know, it was just so funny for me that all of that happened, in just one day. But yeah, that was like 2011. I
It should
was
have been
just
like a
looking for,
prank show or whatever. Like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
fucking stopping the guy every 5 minutes.
yeah. Like maybe I told you like when I was living at Dinamo, there were like policemen who were like patrolling that area, and they knew me because how I wrote was in the night I would go out and just walk around and just talk to myself
Oh
out
yeah,
loud and all of this, and I got stopped like every week, like once, you know. And that's when a joke came out from that is that it's my anniversary of the police not stopping me.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And like to the point where it was actually one of them, a very cool policeman actually. His name was Sergeant Dimitri.
Shout out Dimitri.
Sergeant Dimitri.
Yeah, come to the podcast, man.
I hope you learned English, motherfucker.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, so it was fun. It was so much fun. Well, what can you do? But then again, in Russia, which I actually liked,
mm-hmm,
is that as long as you're not breaking the law and they're not, and these policemen are not pissed off at that time
mm-hmm.
about whatever it is, you're cool. Like they won't mess with you, they won't do anything. They'll just make a checkup and then tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
I
that's
remember
something I
at
really
one
liked.
point when like we lived close by at one point, and like we would perform like basically every day, and then or we would meet up to write every day.
Yeah.
At one point, every time we would go to the metro, they would stop us. We'll stop you. And I had the same problem. I'm telling you, backpacks. Arab with a backpack. No,
Oh, what what Omar is talking about is that we had like in Russia there is the X-ray machines, and
yeah,
then they
yeah.
all would check the backpack of a person, and me and Omar would go. They would stop me, and Omar would just pass next to me
Because they would always
until
stop me, and until I got a fanny pack.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
nobody thinks that a bomb is in a fanny pack, even though it can be. I Googled it.
yeah.
I
They're
didn't.
like they look at it going, this guy's gay. If we touch him, he
Yeah,
will
yeah. Will give us herpes or whatever. Yeah,
he will give us this gay stuff.
yeah.
No, no, no.
They see he's gay. Like if he has a bomb, it's gonna glitter or whatever. It's a glitter bomb. Like nobody cares, you know.
You're gonna be a what do you a puff bomb.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when I just would enter and I would just go straight to the X-ray machine. I was like, don't worry, don't tire yourself with your hand showing me where to go. I will
Yeah,
go by myself.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
And later they kept on checking me. I was like, motherfucker, I am the worst criminal in the world. If I...
and you always told them goodbye.
Yes.
I have a problem. You wanna know? I have it with
Yeah.
the police. Every time a policeman stops me for to check my ID, like I remember I was walking in the street, just car pulls up in front of me, two guys come out
Uh,
IDs, and well, I saw a guy that says they can't ID you out of nowhere. That you have to tell you like why they're IDing
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And
Tell them if you come from the US, I'll say that. Yes, yes.
no, no, it's a Russian guy.
Yeah,
Russian.
yeah.
Yeah. But he goes, you have to tell them that. And every time I'm thinking, I'll tell them that, yeah, next time. And I get so nervous that I just give them the ID. And then when they give it
Yeah.
back, I don't know why. I always tell them, thank you for giving it. Like, I don't know why.
Thank you for protecting me from me.
I don't know why. I told, and the problem is, they roll with it. Like, they're not weirded out about it. They're like, oh, this terrorist
But
just thank it.
how do you say it? How do you say? Do you say it? You don't say it sarcastically, yeah? You just say it like, "Thank you for," you
No, I
know?
say it like a nervous kid
Yeah, yeah,
who's just
yeah,
glad to have his passport back, his ID back. Because
yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna give it back. I'm like, thank you for giving it back. Like, I'm fucked without it.
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, but like that. Thank you. And one thing is like I remember there was once when they stopped me, and I was telling them like the law to their face.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
you should be telling me you should tell me you should show me your ID and you should state your name and your rank and you should show me your ID. And one of them, I remember he told me, what can be translated to, are you trying to be a smart ass now?
Yeah. We had the same thing happen like literally when the whole like thingy happened, like the
Special operations, you mean, or
special
what?
operations, aka war, and they were saying they're mobilizing students. Two of my friends and I were going
Yeah,
home. We get stopped, like literally this next day when that shit happened, and we were shitting ourselves.
yeah,
And we like gave them the ID, and we knew that like one guy he knew that they couldn't stop us. They didn't have the right to stop us.
yeah,
But he was like, I'm not gonna be a smartass in front of those people. Like
yeah.
I can't afford it's the mood of the person.
It was so
It's
funny, man.
it's
Like I remember when he told me like trying to be a smart, like what okay, I'll tell you what he said. He said, "Are you trying to tell me my job?
okay.
He said, are you trying to tell me how to do my job?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I was like, "No, but I know my right." He
yeah.
was about me to show to open the left door. So come, you're right.
I don't know. I think it's funny because I know and I knew your situation later in like life, like post
Yeah.
COVID, and I just imagine if it's like post COVID, like a person who are not supposed to have a right in this country. Just like
Well, actually, it was post-COVID.
okay, okay then
Yeah,
yeah, okay,
yeah,
well.
Well, and it was so funny because I was actually under the law. I was like legal
Ah,
under
okay.
the law,
Okay.
but they can mess with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the thing. They can like, how do you call it? Just mess with, just, keep on searching, whatever. But the one where I remember, I was also heard about they should tell you why are they stopping you, and the only like when they would stop me, I was like, and what if I ask them why? What will I get?
Yeah.
You know, they can say, well, there's a bird in the sky. Come here, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they're like, no, it's Superman, motherfucker.
Yes, exactly. We think you're whatever it is. You know, come here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What? How am I gonna stop you? And one of my friends, who was actually, I don't know if it was bravery or dumb, when they would stop him, he's a Palestinian guy.
Mm-hmm.
When they would stop him, he would start uh, making how do you call it?
Taking a video.
A video, yeah, taking a video.
Yeah, this sounds like the most American thing ever, you know. It's just like,
Yeah. And well, here's the thing. This is what he told me he did. If whether he did it or not, especially for Russian police, like I think I don't know, I would have heard a phone in his stomach ringing, you know what I'm
ah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know? Oh man. Oh man, the days of the Russian police was so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, yeah, especially after the mobilization, when they would stop me, and one time when they stopped me, just like they stopped me and then they checked my passport. I don't know if we talked about this before, and they were like checking my passport, and one of the guys like asks, "Where are you from?" And I go, "Jordan," and the other guy like, and he says, "Where is?" One of those. He looks at his partner and says, "Is Jordan in Russia?" Is Jordan in Russia? And I'm holding my laughter just inside. I was like, I don't want to laugh. Please, 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 please. Like,
Nice.
just don't laugh. And the other guy tells him, no. And then he was like, where's Jordan? I was like, Nizhny Vostok, like Middle East, la la la, next
Yeah.
to Syria. And the same, like the other guy goes, oh, so you're not Russian. Okay, here's your passport. Bye bye.
Nice. I'm shout out to this progressive police officer who didn't judge your skin tone.
No, he actually judged the skin tone. He actually judged
Ah,
because he was stopping. What I think, of course, this is
uh,
just speculations or whatever. What I think is that they were stopping Russian, like people with Russian passport,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to check for the mobile, like if they're wanted for the army or whatever.
Okay.
And I
Gotcha.
remember I was telling my friend, feel what I feel, motherfucker.
Yeah. Nice. Fuck. I don't know. One. I had
Is
one.
just one keep your
Yeah.
thing in your hand. Is that thing still going on? Like, do they stop the people and like send them to the army, or is that
I
now
don't
done?
think now it's been now I think it's chill. I think it's just you I know like they so you have to do a mandatory military
Yeah.
service and I know that when you do it they offer you like to sign a contract to go to the war slash special
Yeah.
operations and they pay good actually as from what I heard. It's
Okay.
a good paying gig. But yeah, actually, here's what my last thing I wanted to say. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but recently I realized every time a police car comes past me, they slow down and just look at me, but they don't do
Oh.
anything. And this is like the
Uh,
most scariest. I don't know, it's so scary.
where does that happen?
It happened a couple of
I
times.
actually might have an answer for that. Yeah.
Happened a couple of times near the center,
Mm.
and like
Mm.
maybe it's sometimes I like to walk a bit before going home, so I would
Uh-huh.
leave like a couple of state like I would you take the subway or the metro to like a nearby station and go out and
Yeah.
walk like for 30 minutes home. And like on my way there a couple of times, it was like I've seen those cop cars just cruise by me and stare at me, and I'm like,
Yeah. I remember this because when we lived at Narodnya Opolchenia, like this is in Moscow. Like when I lived there, one of my flatmates happened to become friends with policemen. Long story, but
mm-hmm,
anyways, and so sometimes they have certain how do you call it? Like they have either they have a quota,
mm-hmm,
you know, or they're looking for certain people
mm-hmm.
of, of specific ethnicity, or you know,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So they're like, so they're just looking for them. So when they look at you, they say, "Oh, he doesn't look like that person or these people," and they just continue.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I just thought, yeah, maybe you are right. Okay.
like I remember once in the center at Smolensk, I was stopped. I was taken to the police station, and they didn't ask for my passport. They didn't ask for anything.
Mm-hmm,
I was like, oh, this is weird, like weird. And then I figured it out. I was like, oh, it was the end of the month, I think, at that time, like the last few days of the month. So they have a certain quota to stop people,
mm-hmm,
to check up on people. Yeah. So not only well, they were like Georgian guys, there were like many people, yeah, from different like places, even Russians.
mm-hmm,
They were just, oh, we're gonna go check. When like the thing about the passport, like you have, like in Russia, you have to have your passport and you have to have your registration with you if you're a foreigner. This is very important.
mm-hmm,
Russian 101 walk the streets if you're a brownie.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And and everybody there was like like black hair, beard, black hair, beard, even like one woman. But
Okay.
anyway, yeah, yeah, yeah. And uh, why? And like, so they didn't ask for my passport. They didn't ask for my registration. You
Uh-huh.
know, they just like, oh, can you show us your passport? I was like, yeah, my passport's on my phone. I can show you. And they just took a photo of the passport on my phone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he just went, just made us wait 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Just came, told me like, can you sign that you're released here? I was like, 1 second, I need to read whatever I'm going to sign.
Uh-huh.
They were like, what the fuck? You read?
Yeah.
Like the rest signed, like read and like signed and fucked off. I was like, no, I want to read what I'm going to sign. It's just like a small paper that I was here at this police station, and I was like, they checked my passport and everything is fine, or something like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just like what I think, of course, it is. I can't be 100% sure of it. It's just they're like filling quotas basically. We have to stop 50 people in uh, in January, let's say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's basically it.
Anyways, I guess we have to wrap up because
Yeah, venues.
venues shout out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be at Moscow Police Station number 2 on Saturday. Uh, no
he's gonna
smoking allowed
he's
there.
going to do he's going to do his solo, his famous solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the solitary confinement.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, people, thank
Yeah.
you for listening. Please like, subscribe. Had fun episode
And
today. Uh-huh.
and for any police related info about Russia, you know where to find us.
Yeah, like, subscribe, everything in description. Bye.
Chill. Chill. Did I say